He is here to discuss Green Quest, how they're going beyond the Call of Duty by taking you into the world of dreams. So everybody please give a huge round of applause and a big, big welcome to Mr. Steve.
Hello. It's gone too far. Okay. Hi. My name is Steve Good. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Dreams Quest. We set out back in 2020 to try to solve a problem, which was how do you build games and integrate NFTs and build something immersive and amazing for people. So let's kind of just go into it a little bit. I'll talk to you guys about what we've been trying to do and some of the challenges. So the reason we say going beyond the Call of Duty is because we see that Call of Duty has done something quite interesting in that they have accessories for games. A way that you can have not just a single item, but many items. And the question became, how do we solve that problem and how do we challenge the industry to go further? If you look at the industry in general in terms of the gaming world has done something that's rather restrictive and has left us in a place where we think, as players, this is really in our best interest. You know, as a player, I've been playing games since I was 13 years old, and one of the things I see the players comment on very often is, I want to be able to own my assets, I want to trade them, I want to sell my account, I want to have more than one account. And you can't. You're restricted by Sony, you're restricted by Epic. We have an opportunity as a GameFi community, as gamers, as people building games, to go beyond and cross a chasm and actually put these games on notice and say, we can do more, we want more, let's do something about it. And the Web3 market, as you all probably know, you want to trade, you want to make money, you want to amp up your assets, you want to gamify, you want to have more fun. So do we. That's why we started this process. So it's been a bit of a journey. It's a road we've been traveling on, trying to figure out how do we build our game, how do we take this to another level. And you never know who we might encounter on the road as we're walking along. And in this case, we've come across Limora, our friend who looks after our sanctuary in the game. He doesn't really want us to cross the path. He says, no, you can't go yet, you're not ready, you have more work to do. If you look at Modern Warfare, Call of Duty game, look at all the components and accessories that they provide you in the game. It's a lot. And when you think about NFTs, you think, how do I manage a weapon? How do I manage a component if it's not a single piece, but it's multiple pieces? How do we bring them all together and enable a player in a mobile game to have ownership and access to these assets in the blockchain? So I'm going to briefly talk about how we handle weapons. If you look at it at an NFT perspective, this might look fairly harmless. We just have two items. But the item on your right side is a single item, it's a blade. It's not a full item, it's just a single component. The item on the left is actually two components. It's a holder and a crystal, so that you can cast a magical spell. So now the question is, how do we actually go across the chasm and enable a player to have these inside of the game? And when you look at an actual weapon, in our game, we decided, let's take the Call of Duty challenge. Let's make a game that gives you three components. It has a staff with a grip in the middle, it has a blade or a holder at the top, and it has a base where you can have something else. Players will be able to interchange these items. We're talking about in-game in a mobile phone. But then how do we make sure the players have asset ownership in an NFT world? I'm going to show you. You guys ready? Here's a little sample of what we've been building. And this is something that I really encourage other gamers to try to do. We're doing a split screen here. In the game, you have a player, and right now his inventory is empty. So he goes on chain and decides, I want to buy and lock an item. So he buys the item. The minute that he gets it in his MetaMask, it immediately transports into his wallet. And this is a way that we've designed to build this, to give people that opportunity to actually be able to own their assets on chain and have them in game. And we've got a whole transport mechanism for doing that. And then they can equip it and it shows up as an asset in their game. Of course, naturally, now you go in the game, you want to fight, you want to play. It's a little sample of what goes on. This is using the actual weapon you've got. Of course, there's more to just having a game than just buying and selling assets. You may want to be able to do other things like have other animation sequences, or buy inventory slots. So what we see is that for gaming, it's about being able to own a whole variety of different assets and being able to take those assets or items and being able to sell them. So if you want to have an extra animation slot, why not be able to do something unique and different in animation that's never been done before? Now, what we call organic matter, people might be familiar with this crystal or these ingredients in Skyrim. So we have our own kind of concept of a residence table where you can actually craft an item. And just to give you an example of what that looks like in the world of NFT, again, the player is sitting here and they say, I've got a bunch of items, I need to craft these items, I have them in my MetaMask, I pick up an empty crystal, but now I need to charge that crystal and infuse it with something. So when the player goes to do that, what you'll see happen is first they pick up the crystal and transfers, puts it into MetaMask, and then they go and craft something like they would do in Skyrim. And in the process of doing that, what you see is that all the items they just used are burned from an NFT perspective or used in the game perspective. Now they've got this crystal that's charged. So it's literally an interaction that's taking place between a wallet and a game, and as you see, this entire process is frictionless. Now just moving for a moment to something else because we're short on time. We've also been working with a composer called Adam Berry, who just won a Grammy about 2 weeks ago. What's really exciting is he's been composing some music for us. How would you guys like to hear a quick sample of the music, which by the way, we can also do as NFTs and sell as music. You guys interested to hear it? All right. No? Okay, it worked during the time, so sorry guys. That's really disappointing. But Adam's been working with us, he's created some beautiful music, and just wanted to mention that what we can do when you actually start looking at gaming is that we can think about the way games are developed in two ways. One is that games can be for collectible assets. They can also be for game assets. So if you think about collectible assets, it could be artwork, it could be music, it could be collectible items, it could be concept art. And separately, we have a separate smart contract that can be used for anything that's gaming related. This is just a little sample from our game, just to give you guys an example of the excitement of what we're building. So I'll leave it there. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I inspire all of you to please keep pushing forward. Don't let bear market stop you. There's a lot of opportunity, and just keep going and building. And we wish you all the success in building your projects in blockchain. Thank you very much.
Mr. Steve, thank you so much. What an enrapturing and charismatic presentation. I personally had a lot of fun. I don't know about all